Gosh, are you kidding?
Welcome to Wondercon.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be hanging out with you.
Playing the Penguin, man. Tell us, compare yourself to.
Awesome,
thank you, sir. Comparing yourself to Burgess Meredith and, of course, Danny DeVito.
I mean, comparing myself. I mean, how can you compare it to the two of them? I mean, like, iconic actors. We've all grown up with them. I mean, Burgess Meredith is just a legend, you know, and like, you know, not only like his film work but his stage work is just like phenomenal, and Danny as well, just brilliant guys. So it's like it's really hard because people are like, how do I compare myself to the, you know, like my Midwestern like humbleness just comes right, humility comes right out. I don't know, it blows my mind.
Did you take anything from them in your performance? Did you add a flair here or there?
I would say it was more of a general sort of attitude towards or approach to the character, which is the fact that yes, he is a villain, yes, he looks grotesque, all of these things that we know about the character, but there is a sense he is charismatic, and there is a sense of fun and wit to him. There sort of has to be for him to, like, you know, ingratiate himself to people, for him to, like, you know, get on the better side of people, which is what he's, you know, trying to do, because ultimately he wants to manipulate people to, you know.
But he is becoming darker and darker.
It's true. It is happening, you know, as we see. But what I will bring it back. What both Burgess and Danny brought to the role was such a sense of like fun. That like that's the one thing that like I want to keep in the character. I want to keep this sort of sense of like, you know, irony and enjoyment of the situation. Because otherwise, if it gets too serious, then it you know. It's not as enjoyable, you know, at least for me. So, yeah.
How much of it is you? That you're able. Like, I know you were inspired by Danny and stuff, but how much of it is your character that you, or you directed to do? Because you kind of like we've never seen.
Well, yeah. Well, I give so much credit to Bruno Heller and the rest of our John Stevens, the rest of our amazing writers. Like they've created such, you know. They've created the character and the language for the character, and then, you know, it really just sort of feels like I'm stepping in and just sort of filling the vessel, you know, like, and it just, I mean, I don't know why it comes strangely naturally to me for some reason, this character, you know, I don't know, but yeah, it's hard to say, like, I feel like, you know, there are things about Cobblepot that I identify with, you know, that I understand, that, you know, obviously I don't, you know, I wouldn't make the same choices that he makes in certain terms. I have a respect for human life that I don't think that he has exactly, you know, but at the same time, like, I do understand what it feels like to be different and to, like, you know, be an outsider and to be discounted for, you know, the way you look or what your interests are and, like, what that feels like, and, you know, all of that, like, personal experience, like, I definitely have brought to the role, and it has helped me, you know, create ideally a three-dimensional person that, even though we're in this fantastic comic book world, that you could, you know, sort of understand or see him in the real world in a strange way, you know, like, that's the whole thing about Batman, is that there's something like, it's not so removed from reality, it always has one foot still in, you know, the real world, and one foot out of it, even though, you know, again, it's comic book, but like, so it's like, it's finding that balance, which, you know, is like my goal. So yeah, bringing myself to that is like what I've been trying to do. Does that answer?
As far as the look of the Penguin, it's very much different, a bit more heftier.
Right.
Would you ever want to see that in Gotham? Get, you know, Penguin get more heftier looking?
His appearance seems to be changing, like his complexion and everything.
Yeah.
The makeup art.
Yeah.
Or would you like to keep going with your own look for quite a while?
Well, I mean, I think whatever it would be, I would like it to be gradual, because I like, you know, I like the fact that, you know, we're sort of taking our time with these characters, and, like, you know, and I don't want him to immediately go to, you know, like, end of season 1, like, he's, you know, successful, you know, like, and then we go season 2 and he's, you know, king of Gotham City, which that wouldn't be interesting to me. Like, I want there to be challenges, because I think that's more, you know, real, and, like, you know, and also still there's a lot of time. I mean, Bruce is, you know, he's a little guy still. You know what I mean? Like he's got ways to go. However, it would be like something that I'd be totally open to like exploring, and we've sort of done it. Like, there are like little like, I guess, can I use the term Easter egg without sounding like an asshole?
No, but go for it.
Yeah, right.
Then respect to
But
tomorrow.
there have been like little like things in this show, you know, like even in the pilot where he kills the man for a sandwich. Like there are little relationships with food that he, you know, has, and like, you know, and addiction and drinking, and so, you know, I think, you know, you'll start to like see more of that as we go along. Yeah, a slow build. I like a slow build.
Can you talk a little bit about his relationship with his mother and how great it is to work with Carol Queen?
She's such a dream. She's such an amazing actor to work with, and like literally, I mean, I don't know if I can I'll tell the story really fast. So it was the second episode where I got the script and I found out that I had a mom, and I immediately, I don't know why, I immediately like texted my agent. I was like, I have a mom in the show. It needs to be Carol Kane. I think I had said her name like earlier that day on some website or something, like it was her birthday or something. And then my agent was like, whatever, hold your breath. Don't, you know, there are a lot of people who want to be say, you know, whatever. 2 days later, Danny Cannon texts me and he's like, executive producer, and he's like, Carol Kane is playing your mom. And I was like,
That's awesome.
but anyway, she's brilliant, and also like the amazing thing about playing, you know, opposite with her is that she brings humanity. She brings a lot of humanity to Oswald. Like she is his tether back to reality. She is, you know, like, and also with that, which, you know, is unfortunate. And I know nothing specific, but she is a liability to him as well, because again, the one thing that she's like, you know, the only thing that he cares about, you know, and so like, I worry about it. Like she's got to be okay, you know.
Well, we're gonna